Hi guys, today we're going to be explaining, good boy, how to use the gentle leader. So pretty much step one, overview and step one. So the gentle leader is used as an anti-pulling device. It works like a halter would on a horse. So once it's all fully trained, the leash will be attached and it pretty much cuts the dog's power in half. But with that said, the gentle leader is not a crutch to keep the dog in position. That's why we spend a considerable amount of time teaching the dog how to loose leash walk without the gentle leader. So when it comes time to introduce the gentle leader, oh my goodness, drooly boy. When it comes time to introduce the gentle leader, the dog's around 6 months of age. I'm going to show you what this looks like, what the gentle leader looks like on the dog, and then we're going to go into the first two steps of, well, the first two activities during the first step of gentle leader training. So for those of you who have never used a gentle leader before, okay, in order to put it on the dog, you're going to find the two straps, all right, the two plastic clips, I should say, two plastic clips at the end, and then you're going to pull up this strap from the middle. Okay, this is the portion that goes over the dog's nose. All right, so actually let's do this for Mr. Vegas. Okay, so this is what the gentle leader looks like when it's completely finished, okay? It is loose. It is not tight on his face. It's not meant to be tight. He can open up his mouth fully. He can eat, he can drink, he can play, put a tennis ball in his mouth. Okay, so this is how it fits on the dog. All right, I'm gonna do that again for you so you can see how you're putting it on. Because you will have to put it on in the beginning steps. So I'm gonna lure him in, and then the clips, they clip right behind his ears, okay? So with that said, this is a finished product. He's very willingly waiting there while I put this gentle leader on, all right? The gentle leader training is generally a month or longer process of training in order to get the dog to this state where he's comfortable having the gentle leader on his face. There's no pawing, there's no rubbing, there's no nothing. He's comfortable. So the beginning steps of that, you're going to be doing two different activities. You're going to be first practicing getting him used to the feel of the strap on the nose. So there's a lot going on here mechanically. I'm going to show you exactly what I do, but at the end of the day, if you find a way that works for you mechanically, feel free to use that. So what I do, okay, you want to avoid, you're not going to be clipping the gentle leader at this point. You're just going to be resting it on his nose and then giving him a bunch of treats. Essentially what that's doing is you're just creating a positive association with this piece of equipment. He learns that every time you whip this thing out, he's going to get a buttload of treats for it. So that's essentially what you're establishing in the beginning stages. So you're not going to clip it, you're just going to rest it on his nose and give him a bunch of treats. So when you go and rest it on his nose, you want to avoid the claw, all right? You do not want to approach the dog and put the gentle leader on like this, all right? Because you run the risk of the dog backing up when you do so. So I like to open palm. How do I do this? How do I do this? Yep, I do. So I like to use an open palm on my right hand, okay? Because I'm right-handed. And so the goal of this is to slip the gentle leader on his nose, feed him a bunch of treats with it on, and then take it off once the treats are gone. So watch what I do when you do this. You don't need to say anything. You just literally slip it on his nose and give him a bunch of treats. So I have this on an open palm. I've got one treat in my hand and a bunch of treats in my palm. So I'm actually gonna put a little bit more in there. Just a little bit more. So what I do with this treat here is I'm gonna lure him into the gentle leader, give him that treat, and then what you'll see me do is I'll take one treat one by one and just hit him up really, really quick, all right? You want the dog to be in the sitting position when you do this because you want his head to be up. If he's in the standing position, he's probably gonna dip his head and the thing's gonna fall off. So, just watch what I do here, okay? So I'm gonna slip it on, feed him the treat, and then one by one, boom, 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 what a good boy. Nice job, lots of verbal praise. Oh, what a good boy, nice job. I'm running out of treats, so I give him a jackpot, and then off goes the gentle leader, okay? So the more you do that, the better off you're gonna be. Be forewarned that mechanically, again, I probably make it look easy, but I can tell you right now that there have been dogs that I've done this with and it's fallen off. The dog dips its head and it's okay. So if that happens, just restart, okay? Just restart the exercise, get your treats in one hand, okay? Lure him in, okay? Good boy, lots of verbal praise. Treat above his head. See how he's looking up? If he's looking up, he's not looking down. And when he looks down, the gentle leader is gonna slip off. Okay, good boy, buddy, nice job. What a good boy. Jackpot, and it comes off. Treats stop, gentle leader comes off, okay? So that's part one of step one. So you're also gonna be feeding all of the meals with the gentle leader on, okay? So get your meal prepared, boom. Okay, you're gonna prepare the meal. Okay, find a spot to put the meal, right? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna get him dressed. All right, don't say get dressed just yet. You're just gonna put the gentle leader on and clip it and then give him his meal really quickly. Got a creeper in the back. So what I like to do is I like to give him a bunch of treats. If you have a big crunchy treat, you could use that so the dog's actively crunching while you're clipping the gentle leader. That kind of buys you some time. Or you can give him kind of a fistful of treats. Yay, so while he's crunching, oh, I can clip it in the back, buddy. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tell him, take it. Okay, I don't want eye contact, I don't want anything. I'm just gonna tell him, take it, so he learns that he can take it, and then once the food is gone, you're gonna unclip the gentle leader, and then take up the bowl. So again, lots of treats with the gentle leader on. Once the treats are gone, gentle leader comes off. Okay, so the purpose of this is that you want it to be fairly quick. Okay, so you need to recognize when the food when the food is done, because if you leave the gentle leader on, he's gonna have time to think about it, and if he has time to think about it, he's gonna try to swipe it off. Okay, so think about this. Okay, this is gonna be a great tool to use down the line, but it's also going to be very new to the dog. All right. This is a new thing that's on my face, okay? So you don't want the dog to have time to think about what's on his face, and that's where the food comes in. Either, hey, good boy, nice job, and then the gentle leader comes off, or hey, good boy, here's your meal, and then once the food stops, gentle leader comes off, okay?